Hi folks, right, we're doing the passat heater matrix, which I ran a bypass on. There's the bypass I did because the matrix is actually blocked. Well, it's broken and leaking into the car. So we're going to remove the battery, we're going to remove this panel here. I've removed the windscreen wipers, which are 13mm nuts, which I've wound back on to the spindles, the other one's over there. The pollen filter was choked black, choked up. I've took it out. I'll show you the condition of that in a bit. Let's get this battery out and get this panel out, and then we'll get to this 10mm bolt, which is under here somewhere, and then we'll go from there. This is held on just with a clip, which was already took off, so this is ready to come out now. Oh look, there we go. This will just save me a bit more. There we go, it's off. Time and hassle. Just put that to one side over there. Right, here we go. Now I can find that 10mm bolt, which is somewhere under the screen here, somewhere. There's a 10mm nut or bolt somewhere under there, under here. I think it's behind the battery somewhere. But we'll find it and we'll undo it, and then we'll go from there. But we're going to get this battery out, so we'll see you in a bit. Right, we've got the battery out, so that's done. Battery's out. We're going to remove this rubber grommet when we're ready. That'll be the last thing to remove when I get the heater core ready to be extracted. So now we're going to go inside the car and then show you what's been going on in there. So now we've got the glove box has been removed. There's the heater and there's the electric fan. There's the fan. That's for glove box cooler. That's cold air into the glove box. Over here we have one bolt. I think that's 16mm. Should be another one down here under this wiring. No, there isn't. That's all right then. So it's just this one here. One the other side, which we need to dismantle yet, and then we'll get to there. We've stripped out the center console. Unfortunately, this broke. This was already broken because the ashtray used to fall in here. It's damaged. I'll order another one because it's inexpensive. Really, the gearbox around, gear sticks around is inexpensive, really. So I'm going to get a new one of those. The ashtray is there because it should actually be attached to that part, but it's broken. And on the back seat, it's gone. So we're going to dig into this now, and we're going to dismantle the other side. There's two bolts under here. We'll get those two 10mm bolts knocked out, and then we'll start stripping and dismantling the other side and just disconnecting the steering column from the steering linkage to the steering rack. And then we'll lower these back rests to the seats down. This one and that one, we'll lower these down. We're going to move this over here and rest it on here, allowing me to get to the heater core, which is right here in the middle of the car. So we're going to get this done, and we'll strip out these two bolts, undo this one, strip this side down, disconnect this wiring, and then we'll go from there. All this needs to be disconnected because it's attached to this wiring loom here, so we need to get this detached just so we can move the dash out the way. So I'll see you in a bit when all this is disconnected and get those two bolts, which are sat up there somewhere in the dash, and then we'll sort that out. See you in a bit. So we've actually disconnected the wiring loom. That's all done now. It's color coded, so you won't get them wrong. Red to red, pink to pink, blue to blue. You can't get these wrong. They only go in one way. So there's no point labeling that. So we can leave that as it is, nice and free for when I move the dash forward. So now what we're going to do is we're going to strip the other side out now and disconnect the wiring loom on that side as well. And then hopefully we'll loosen these two 16mm nuts either side, and hopefully we can pull the dash out. But we'll see in a bit and see what happens. Well, we've now got the headlight switch out and the under tray panels out. Headlight switch, I think that's the dimmer switch for the dials. I did get caught out with a screw here. It's actually a Torx. I thought it was an Allen key, so I did use an Allen key, but it is actually a Torx bolt. And there's the bolt there. Yeah, Torxed. So that did actually catch me out. But other than that, we're getting there. There's the column. So now we can get to the steering column and disconnect it and pull it off. And then hopefully we'll just undo these two bolts, these two 16mm here above the fuse box. When you pull this cover off, undo these two, the other one on the other side, and then hopefully that will be it on that for now. So now let's get the steering column disconnected and then take this panel off, because under here there's some earth leads under here that need to be taken off. You can see them here, look. These leads need to be undone and taken off from this, under this panel, and then we can move this dash back to get to the heater core, which is initially what we want to do. Same with the other side, another little Torx panel, plastic panel that fits over here. Let's take that off, one screw, just take it off so it's not in the way, and that's about it really. So we're going to disconnect the steering column now. Oh, flipping wire switch in the way. Disconnect this column and then go from there. We're going to put the steering lock on so the steering won't move, so it'll only go on one way when we come to putting it back together again. So we'll see you in a sec when we get the steering column on. Hi guys, right, we're going to resume this video in a bit. So there's going to be a number 2 to this. We've taken out the fuse box and everything from the other side, so we don't have to reattach it to the keep it attached to the dash. So we've taken all that off. The steering column's detached. That's not a very good shot of it down there. There you can see the UJ down there is disconnected. So that's actually disconnected from the steering column. Down there, I'll take a better. Let's get the camera in. There you go. That's all disconnected from down there. Fuse box is all out and moved, but we're just having trouble getting the dash out. So we'll be back with round 2 in a bit. See you in a bit.